Please stop listening. Not to the music, not to the songs you love, but to the myth. The myth that this fame was harmless. The myth that these voices came without a cost. The myth that soul music was born only from talent and not pain. Because behind the hits you grew up on, behind the records we celebrate, were people quietly falling apart. This isn't about tearing down legends. It's about telling the part of their stories no one protected. This is Soul Lens, and these are the stories we were never meant to hear. 12 voices that shaped generations. 12 careers that should have lasted forever. And 12 lives consumed by the same demon. You've sung their songs at weddings, cookouts, and family gatherings. You've felt their pain through speakers and turntables. But behind the music lived stories most of us never heard. Stories of struggle, of falling, of losing everything to addiction. This isn't about judgment. This is about remembering what we lost, and maybe understanding why we keep losing our legends this way. Let's honor their memories by telling the truth. Number 12, Frankie Lymon. Picture this, 1956, Harlem. A 13-year-old kid steps up to a microphone and records a song that would change music forever. You know the one. That voice, that innocence, that magic. Frankie wasn't just young. He was the first black teenage pop star in America. Before Michael, before Stevie, there was Frankie Lymon and the Teenagers. He opened doors nobody knew existed. But here's what they didn't put in the liner notes. By 15, Frankie was addicted to heroin, introduced to it by someone twice his age while other kids his age were worried about homework and dances. While they sat in classrooms, Frankie toured the world, chasing a high he could never catch again. His voice changed. The hits stopped. By 18, his career was over. In 1968, Frankie was found dead in his grandmother's bathroom in Harlem, the same neighborhood where he grew up singing on street corners. A syringe lay beside him. Frankie Lymon was 25 years old. Sometimes the fall starts before you even know you're standing on the edge. Number 11, Esther Phillips.
I can't forget the night you told me.
You might know her as Little Esther. At 14, she won a talent contest at Johnny Otis's club in Watts. By 15, she had 3 #1 R&B hits, the youngest female artist to ever top those charts. By 20, her career was finished.
Me from the start. Won't you
Heroin had taken over. Here's what haunts me about Esther's story.
pretending? And
In 1972, she recorded a song so raw, so devastatingly honest about addiction, that when Aretha Franklin won the Grammy that year, she gave the award to Esther instead. Said she deserved it more. That song was about what it feels like to be trapped, to know the needle is killing you and reach for it anyway. Esther fought for decades. Comeback after comeback. Relapse after relapse.
just say goodbye.
In 1984, she died of liver and kidney failure at 48. They buried her in an unmarked pauper's grave. It took a year before anyone gave her a headstone. A voice like that. Forgotten like that.
But you just lied to me from the start.
Only a small percentage of people watching right now are subscribed. If these stories matter to you, or you felt something watching, hit subscribe. Soul history deserves to be remembered properly. Now, back to the countdown.
Please stop pretending.
Number 10, Jackie Wilson. They called him Mr. Excitement. And if you've ever seen footage of Jackie perform, you understand why. The spins, the splits. The voice that could go from a whisper to a scream in one breath. Elvis studied him. James Brown studied him. Michael Jackson studied him. But here's what most people don't know. Jackie Wilson's father was an alcoholic who introduced Jackie to drinking before he turned 9. 9 years old. By the time Jackie was filling arenas, he was also filling his body with cocaine and amphetamines. His son was shot and killed in 1970. His daughter died young. His money disappeared. The drugs got worse. In 1975, while performing his biggest hit on stage in New Jersey, Jackie collapsed from a massive heart attack mid-song. He fell into a coma and never woke up. For 8 years, he lay in a hospital bed, trapped between life and death. When he finally passed in 1984, he was buried in a pauper's grave. Mr. Excitement, gone, just like that. Number 9, David Ruffin.
Sunshine, blue skies, please go on.
Lead voice of the Temptations during their greatest years. When you hear the opening notes of that song, you know the one. That's David Ruffin pulling you in.
Day after day, I stay locked up in my room.
The grit, the ache, the way he made you believe every single word. But behind that voice was a man at war with himself.
Badly, I wanna go outside.
David was addicted to cocaine as early as 1967. He started missing shows, missing rehearsals, demanding his name be placed before the group. David Ruffin and the Temptations.
I was crying just.
They fired him. And from there, it was a long, slow slide. In 1985, he stood on stage at Live Aid with Daryl Hall and John Oates. 89,000 people cheering. It should have been the start of a comeback. Six years later, David Ruffin was dropped off at a Philadelphia hospital after overdosing in a crack house. He had $53 in his pocket. And they didn't even know who he was at first. Tagged him as a John Doe. He was 50 years old.
Sunshine, blue skies.
If you've ever watched someone with everything throw it all away, you know that's a different kind of heartbreak.
Please go away.
Number 8, Ike Turner. Now I know what you're thinking, but stay with me. Before everything else, Ike Turner helped create rock and roll. His 1951 recording is considered by many historians to be the first rock and roll record ever made. He discovered talent. He built careers. He was a pioneer. And he spent $11 million on cocaine. That's not a typo. 11 million by his own estimate. Ike said he started using to stay awake during tours, that it helped him write. But by the 70s, he was buying in bulk and sharing it with anyone in his circle. The hole it burned through his nose was so bad, he used more cocaine just to numb the pain from the cocaine. He lost his studio to a fire, lost his freedom to prison, lost his legacy to everything that came after. When Ike Turner died in 2007, the medical examiner ruled it cocaine toxicity. He was 76 years old and still chasing the same high he started chasing 40 years earlier. Some demons don't let go just because you get older.
The song is titled Itty.
Number 7. Sly Stone. The man who made Woodstock feel like church. In 1969, Sly and the Family Stone were the future. A mixed-race, mixed-gender band playing music that sounded like nothing else. You've heard those songs at every function you've ever been to. But here's the thing about Sly. He started carrying a violin case on tour. Not because he played violin, because it was the perfect size to hold his cocaine supply. Then came the PCP, then the crack, then the missed shows. 26 concerts canceled in a single year. Promoters stopped booking him because they never knew if he'd show up. By 2011, Sly Stone was living in a van in Los Angeles. A van. The man who headlined Woodstock. Homeless. He finally got clean in 2019. Said it took 4 warnings from doctors before he took it seriously. By then, his lungs were damaged. His voice was gone. He passed away in 2025. And maybe the saddest part? He said he knew the drugs were destroying him the whole time. He just couldn't stop. Number 6. Bobby Womack. You know his voice from songs that hit different at 2 in the morning. That raw, ragged soul that sounds like someone who's lived every word. And Bobby, he lived it all.
Ooh, let me tell you my story.
By the early 70s, Bobby was running with Sly Stone. His words, not mine. They'd stay up 7, 8 days straight. Cocaine, pills, alcohol, whatever was available. Then his infant son died, 4 months old.
Life don't bug him.
And Bobby said that's when the drugs stopped being recreational and became survival. For 20 years, Bobby chased oblivion. His career stalled. His money disappeared. His friends died around him. But here's where Bobby's story goes different.
I like to help a man when I see it.
In the late 80s, he checked into rehab, and he actually stayed clean. He came back, made new music, got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2009. Bobby Womack beat it. He died in 2014 from other health issues, but he died clean. And that matters, because it proves it's possible, even after 20 years in the dark.
I can hear.
Number 5. Marvin Gaye. The Prince of Motown. The voice behind songs that have soundtracked love, protest, and heartbreak for 60 years. But in his final years, Marvin was unraveling.
There's far too many of you died.
After his second marriage fell apart. After the IRS came for him. After he had to flee to Europe just to escape his debts. Marvin turned to cocaine. Heavy, daily, paranoid. He told people he thought someone was trying to kill him. He stopped eating. He isolated himself in his parents' house in Los Angeles.
We don't need to escalate.
On April 1st, 1984, one day before his 45th birthday, Marvin Gaye was shot and killed by his own father during an argument. The autopsy found cocaine in his system.
Pick it side.
And if you've ever wondered what it feels like when addiction doesn't just take your career but takes everything around you, Marvin's story tells you, it doesn't stop at you. It reaches everyone you love.
What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
Number 4. Wilson Pickett, the Wicked Pickett.
I'm gonna wait till the midnight.
You know his voice from that one song about a party in the midnight hour. Raw, fierce, unapologetic. But Wilson's fire burned in both directions. Throughout the 70s and 80s, Wilson struggled with alcohol. It fueled his temper. It cost him relationships. It led to multiple arrests, assault, drunk driving, running someone over with his car.
Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
By the 90s, the Wicked Picket was more known for his legal troubles than his music. Promoters were afraid to book him. Labels stopped calling. He eventually got sober, made a comeback of sorts, but the damage was done. Wilson Pickett died in 2006 from a heart attack. He was 64. And here's the thing. Wilson always had supporters, people who believed in him. But sometimes the bottle is louder than all of them. Number 3. Billy Preston. They called him the fifth Beatle. At 16, he was playing organ on tour with Little Richard. By 22, he was in the studio with the Beatles, then the Rolling Stones, then everybody. But Billy had a secret he carried from childhood. Trauma from being molested as a boy. And he never got help for it. Instead, he self-medicated. Cocaine became his escape. By the 80s, Billy's addiction was out of control. He was arrested multiple times. Assault, insurance fraud, cocaine possession. He served time.
I mean every word.
And here's what's heartbreaking. Billy was always the guy who could lift a room. Watch any footage. He's smiling, he's dancing, he's bringing joy. But behind that smile was a man drowning. Billy Preston died in 2006 from kidney failure related to his years of substance abuse. He was 59. Some people carry so much pain they smile just to hide it.
You're everything that I hope for.
Number 2. Phyllis Hyman. If you know, you know. That voice could fill a room and break your heart at the same time. Phyllis was 6 feet tall, stunningly beautiful, and gifted beyond measure. She should have been one of the biggest stars of the 80s.
I'm so happy for the rhythm.
But Phyllis battled depression her entire adult life, and she medicated with pills and alcohol. The industry didn't know what to do with her. Too jazzy for R&B, too soulful for pop. She watched lesser talents get the deals she deserved, and it ate at her. On June 30th, 1995, hours before she was scheduled to perform at the Apollo, Phyllis Hyman took her own life. She was 45. She left a note that said she was tired. Tired of the business, tired of the struggle, tired of fighting demons nobody else could see. If you've ever felt overlooked, undervalued, not invisible despite your gifts, Phyllis understood, maybe too well. Number 1. Rick James.
She's not the kind of girl that you...
You already know what I'm about to say. Everybody knows. But let me tell you what you might not know.
can just tie down. She likes to spread a love.
Before the fame, before the catchphrases, Rick James was a musical genius. He played every instrument. He wrote, he produced, he created the sound of an entire era, and he spent $1.5 million on cocaine in a single year. By his own admission, Rick didn't think he had a problem. His accountants had to tell him, and even then, he didn't stop. The drugs led to arrests, assault, kidnapping charges, time in Folsom Prison. His career was destroyed. When Rick James died in 2004, the autopsy found 9 different drugs in his system, including cocaine, including meth. He was 56 years old. And in one of his last interviews, he said something that'll stick with me forever. He said, cocaine is a hell of a drug. He meant it as a joke, but it wasn't funny. It was the truth, and he knew it. 12 legends. 12 voices we'll never hear again. Not because they weren't talented enough, not because they didn't work hard enough, but because addiction doesn't care about your gifts, your legacy, or how much the world loves you. These stories aren't easy to tell, but they matter. Because maybe if we remember what we lost, we can help protect the artists who are still here. If this video moved you, hit that like button. Drop a comment with the artist who meant the most to you. And subscribe to Soul Lens, because we're going to keep telling these stories, the ones that need to be heard. Rest in power to every artist we talked about today. Until next time, this is Soul Lens.